Today I'm going to go over truck bed accessories that I have planned for my Ranger Raptor. So I want to get a tonneau cover to secure some gear in the back and keep it out of the elements, get a half rack that comes about a foot up off the bed, and then a rooftop tent and a shower system. I had all of this on my Jeep Gladiator, but when I sold that truck, I sold the entire rack, which is pretty stupid. But this is the setup I had. It worked really well. It was a small tent, a little 4-gallon shower, and I had the decked system in the back, which I will not be getting again because it really limits the amount of stuff you can put back there. It raises the floor of the bed, so you can't really use it to haul stuff if you were to take everything out. And a bunch of leaves and crap get stuck in there, and it's impossible to get them out without disassembling the entire thing. So I'll be doing the tonneau cover route instead of the decked system. If you plan on putting a rack on the back of your Ranger or Ranger Raptor, and you're going to have any weight on that rack, you're going to need these load box reinforcement brackets or braces. So Ford put them together. It's from them directly. $159 for the Raptor, $169 for the regular Ranger, and it's basically what you see in this image in the blue. So it's going to add some rigidity to the sheet metal. The load box is made to have stuff in it. I guess it's not made to have a bunch of weight up on top of it moving back and forth. My guess is that straight down, it's plenty strong. It's when you have a rack that's 2 feet up above the bed rails, and then you put an 80-pound rooftop tent on that, and you go driving around in the back country and you're hitting bumps. Now you've got this 80-pound on a 2-foot lever moving back and forth. So you're going to get some significant foot-pounds of torque on those bed rails coming down here, and it's just sheet metal. I don't know how much of the frame goes through the corners of the bed going up to the side. So this just adds some strength so your truck bed walls won't go flopping to the side if you hit a big old bump and you have a rooftop tent or something else heavy on there. I'm going to get them. I'm not going to have Ford install them because $192 is insane for 4 bolts. I will figure out how to do it myself, and I will make a video and show you guys, and then maybe in 3 weeks when I do it myself, I will tell you, hey guys, you should probably have Ford do it because this is impossible, or it's a ripoff for $192. The rest of this video is just going to be me going through a couple websites with different options for the back, things that I'm thinking about doing, but none of them I have purchased yet. So if that's all you wanted to see, then have a great one. If you're curious what options are out there and what I'm thinking about, feel free to keep watching. Now we'll talk tonneau covers. So on this site, realtruck.com, they show 6 different options. For me, I'm down to really 2 options. The one piece, as good as it looks, is out for me because it folds up and takes away the usefulness of the bed of the truck for what I need it for. And then the 2 soft tops are out because they don't provide the security I'm looking for. And lastly, the folding is out because when I have access to my bed, I still want to be able to look out the rear window through my rear view mirror instead of just using my side view mirrors. So really, for me, it's between the hard roll up and the retractable. Both of them are like metal slatted things. One rolls up into a canister that we'll show you here. So these, as they're opening, they're actually going down inside the bed, and the roll-up ones, obviously you can see it in that picture, they roll up above the bed. So the pros and cons to that are, for this one, the pro, it keeps it out of the bed. So if you had bins or buckets you're putting underneath it, you can slide them all the way up to the back wall. The downside is when it's rolled up, you're blocking the bottom half of your rear view window. But to me, it's not that bad. And last, you also retain access to the bed rail. So all those little caps that are in our Ford Rangers, there's 3 of them that have hard points to tie into. They're still completely accessible. So I'm leaning this way right now because it's less expensive and it keeps access to those hard points to mount stuff. But when you get into the retractable, they make a retractable, the Roll and Lock XT was the one I was looking at. They make a retractable that actually has rails with a channel in it for your roof rack. So Yakima makes a foot pack that goes into that, and then you can mount stuff on top of it. So these are tying into the tonneau cover right here, and then you have your stuff over the back. And they look pretty easy to move forward and back if you wanted to take this off and slide them all the way forward up to the front where this canister is. And then when you actually have it all the way open, this is what I was talking about. There's this canister up here in the front that's pretty significant size. So if you had stuff you were sliding up that's just as tall as the tonneau cover, it's going to stop when it hits this, as opposed to stopping when it hits the back wall or the front wall of the truck bed. And then these also, they drain through the tonneau cover here, so there's actually a piece of rubber tubing that comes down, and then you could just tie into this little black grommet here and have it drain out the bed there. Whereas the roll up does not have a drain integrated into it. And here's just a picture of a roll and lock on a Raptor, so that's always fun. But this is the F-150 Raptor. So with all that said, I am probably going to go with the X4S. I like the fact that it's black on top and bottom. This seems like the way to go for me. And then at the top, they have a picture of one that has a track in it. So I mean, this is definitely an option. But for $300 more, you can get the retractable one that goes down inside of it. And it locks at any point along the way, so you can open it a foot, you can open it 3 feet, you can open it all the way, and at any point it'll lock. As far as the actual rack goes that I'm going to put on the back, I haven't even decided. I had the Yakima in Hawaii. It was great, but it was lacking some of the side storage. There's so many options out there. I'm going to kind of see what comes up as the aftermarket gets up to speed with this truck and see what's available. So hopefully within 3 or 4 months there will be some more options. But I mean, I looked really quickly to see what was out there, and there's so many cool ones that just look aggressive, look really strong, with a lot of area to put just anything you could ever want to put on the back of your truck. So once I decide, I'll let you know. But for now, there's just too many options for me to pick one. And finally, the shower for the back. This one's made out of, looks like 6-inch PVC with a couple caps, a place to fill it, a Schrader valve to pressurize it, and then just a regular spigot. That thing looks like you could probably build it for less than $100, whereas the Yakima version, this thing is like $500. This is the 7-gallon version. They have a 4 and a 10-gallon as well, so extremely expensive, but also really well built. This is what I had in Hawaii, and it was great.